Hello, my name is Owen and I want to do a quick walk around of this 2004 London taxi that I have for sale on Bring a Trailer. I've had several questions and it might be easier to try to demonstrate rather than explain. So one question had to do with the headlights. Here's the driver's headlight and you can see that that's nice and clear. Here is the passenger side headlight. And you can see that white area right there where it's a little opaque, and when you feel it, there's actually a little bit of a lump there. Now, that doesn't interfere. I'm gonna hurry and go turn on the lights here. Stick with me. So with the lights on, here's the driver's headlight. Here's the passenger headlight. And if I back up a little bit to let you see both, you can see that they look pretty equal. So yes, there is a little blemish on that driver or passenger side headlight, but it doesn't interfere with the function. I guess you could replace it for looks. A second question that someone asked was how the bumpers are lining up on the car. And I'm not quite sure, but I'm wondering if this is what the question dealt with. You can see that the seam between the bumper and the fender up front is narrower than it is here in back. But when I take it and pull it, it doesn't go anywhere. So I'd have to say my assumption is here we are on the passenger side where we're seeing pretty much the same thing. And it's not rocking at all when I move it like that. So I'm assuming that that is normal for it. Other things that I thought I'd point out, you couldn't get a good look at the jump seat. So when I open the door, you can see looking in the very back, there's the seats that face forward, and then there's these two jump seats that face to the rear. You can see that they come down and they're on a spring, so if no one's sitting on it, it automatically goes back up. So if I do the same thing there, you can see how that goes up. This is the ramp for handicapped access, and you have to watch a YouTube video on it. If you Google the London taxi, it will tell you that there's a third piece that's supposed to be found in the boot of the trunk. There's two sections here. It's twice as wide as what this is, and one folds out over top, and that's enough to get you to a curb to get a wheelchair out. But if you want to go all the way to the ground, you need to get that other section or fashion one yourself. I suspect if you tried to get a factory one, it would probably have to come from England. So yeah, in terms of everything else, I think the car is pretty clean. If you look up close, again, here's a couple little blemishes where there might be some rust just getting started. This is the area where there was somebody put a little touch-up paint and it bled a little bit. But if you look in other places, well, maybe a little bit there. I don't know that that's rust so much. Yeah, I guess there probably is a little bit of rust. Yeah, right there. So a little bit of rust by that boot back window area, but very little everywhere else. So hopefully this video was useful. If there are other questions, feel free to shout.